Hey everybody, it's Lavetta of She Busy Productions, and I'm here right now to finally give you the wrap up of what happened since I graduated from Full Sail University. Just to let you all know, I graduated February 7th of 2014 at 11 a.m. I did not end up going down to Florida for the graduation. I spent it up here, took the day off work, spent the graduation up here, surrounded by my family. Everybody was there except my little brother who's in the Army and stationed out in Colorado. But I even took my daughter out of school that day, and matter of fact, she didn't even go. And we just sat around and had like a serious graduation party. And personal development, that was my final class. It was personal development, and that I got an A+, and that brought my GPA up to, I think, right under a 4. I was thankful because, a couple of times I've been really kind of struggling to get through. Not necessarily struggling, but some of this content matter was a little bit tedious for me. I'm rambling a little bit because I've got something to tell you. So, in doing so, and the class ended on like that Sunday night, and graduation was that Friday. So I literally had no idea what was going on. I just knew that I had passed everything else, and this grade for the last class wasn't even through yet. But I knew that I had graduated from, I had passed everything else, so there was no way I was going to graduate. Well, I got up that morning. I went to work for 2 hours because for some reason I just kind of can't stay away, and I like to micromanage things. So I went to work, and I'm noticing my lips are lagging a little bit. Hope it's not lagging for you. But I went to work, went and picked up like a food tray and stuff just because I was going to have like a little party. And then I ended up saying, let's just buy everything, because how many times do you graduate for the first time? Literally like only one. So I grabbed a bunch of stuff, took it over to my parents' house, and when I got there, my little sister had surprised me, and she was there. She had come in from out of town, and I cried and it was just an emotional day. I cried all day. Literally, I cried all day, and I'll probably put the Facebook picture in here somewhere where I cried the whole day, and she kept taking pictures of me. But we sat there, we watched graduation, we're all kind of talking and eating, and then they get to my degree, because they started off with every other degree program, and then when they got to mine, I was like, okay, everybody be quiet. So they're naming people who had come, the online students who had come in, and I was like, oh my God, there's Brian, I know Brian, and I was like, hey, Brian. And then there was Paul, Brian's last name, Nyamu, I think. I can spell it, Nyamu. And I'm like, oh my God, Brian's here. And I was crying because I was like, I know these people. I've been in class all this time with these people. And then they announced that Paul Martinez was there. And I was like, oh my God, Paul's there. And I was really excited because these are classmates that I had had since I started school in May of 2011. So I was really excited when I got to see them actually walk across the stage. And then they announced the salutatorian, which was Shalisha Bino. Me and Shalisha had been in school this whole time, and I was like crying, like, oh my God, Shalisha did it. I was like teared up, and my parents were like, yeah, and they didn't even know her, but like we were all jumping for joy because like these are my friends now in my head. Like these are all they're not necessarily your classmates at the end of those years because you had to work with them so much. They are now my friends, and they had like this big, I think they said it was a 30-foot long screen, and I know it had to be more than 10 feet tall. And her name was on there, and it says Shalisha Bino, and it had like the salutatorian up underneath. And I'm all crying and cheering. And then they said, in our class valedictorian, Lavetta Jenkins, and I promise you, I think I died. For a brief second, I paused, and I like jumped, and then I screamed and cried. And my parents and my sisters, my brothers, they're all like, oh my God. My daughter's like, Mommy, you did it. And I was like, oh my God. And I literally cried that happened at about 11:45. I literally cried from 11:45 a.m. till like all day long. Like literally I was crying. It was nighttime because it was just so surreal that all of the sleepless nights and the staying up. Literally, I stayed up one time, I think it was almost 4 days straight, staying up and getting this project done and getting things. It was really, that made it worth it. That moment where they called my name made it worth it. And I could seriously tear up now, like all the sacrifice and everything that I had given up and done to pursue this dream all came to fruition right then, and I was completely floored. If you if you like the page on Facebook, then all this information is pretty much not new to you, but it's new to some other people. But I was just done in that whole day, and I was walking on cloud nine. And then the next day when I woke up, I didn't believe it was true until I walked out into I left my bedroom, walked out into the living room of my house, and I'd brought all the balloons and stuff that my sister had given me. And I saw the balloons, and some of them, I think two of them, more than a month later, are still. Matter of fact, today is the 6th. Yeah, two of them almost exactly 2 months later are still standing. And I was just completely overjoyed and full up with that sense of accomplishment. It was totally surreal. And I'm glad after all that, I let my daughter stay home from school to witness that, because it's not often that you get to see your parent do that. And like now, and I promise you, it kind of does something to you. And like my parents said to me, they was like, we always knew you were smart. And I said, and so did I. But having your name on a 30-foot screen, humongous, and the man pronounced it right. He pronounced it right. Having your name on a screen that big totally validates everything that you thought all this time. Like, I knew I was smart. I knew that I was capable, but having someone else say so is mind-blowing. And it pretty much did me in. And to this day, I could probably still cry about it. Oh, if you heard that, I apologize. But if you if you if you've ever had that done, it's amazing. So I took actually almost 2 months off to after that. I finished school February 7th. Attained my bachelor's degree in digital cinematography. The degree still has not come in the mail. I'm expecting it any day now, and when I do, I will hop on and show you guys. And then I started the master's degree program in entertainment business on a Monday, March 31st. So I'm a week in, and I can tell you now, they're not playing. They did not come here to play. I have homework right now sitting here on my lap. And I'm reading chapters and all this other kind of stuff. Monday started with a go-to meeting at 8 p.m. and it was from 8 to 10. And I was exhausted because I had just been up all day and it was a lot. So that started the first day, Monday, class. I had a paper that was due on Wednesday. You know how we have discussion posts. I had my first discussion post due on Wednesday. The follow-ups due today, and I had a video about self-mastering, or mastery as they're calling it, and strategies. I believe it's 5 strategies of mastering. I had a video due on that today, so I just shot that. So I figured since I'm done with that, might as well roll over and shoot this while I still look decent and have the camera on. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I finished my project, I don't know, a few months ago, probably even a year ago. You may have seen trailers and things like that to my documentary, Defining TT. It's about my friend's daughter who has autism. I finished that project and submitted it to IMDb and Without a Box, and I'm preparing to shop it around to film festivals. And there's a NUHO film festival. I believe that one is an online film festival, so I'm going to submit 2 films up for that. A short documentary, 2 short documentaries, and another kind of just short. So that's a lot of what's been going on. And the month and a half, 2 months that I was off of school, I did a lot of business preparations and things like that. And I'm really glad that those last classes had you really rethink your business and go forward in a different mindset than what you would have originally had. Because my logo that I had before used to be really busy and look a little crazy, but they had me simplify, and I'm glad that I simplified because it's a little more noticeable now, and it's not like, what is that? It's not hard to read. And this class here, the mastery that I'm in now, I can already see that it's going to be useful in my everyday life, because it's already showing me the strategies on how to really find your niche and get where you're supposed to be in life. I'll tell you guys a lot more about it when I'm done with this class. But for right now, I can tell you there were five key insights or steps to strategizing for mastering yourself or who you want to become. And the first one was returning to your origins. And that's where you kind of got to think, like, what was it that I originally loved? Love that. Second one was occupy the perfect niche, which is find the perfect spot for you, stay there and work it the best of your abilities. Three is avoid the false path. Don't do something just because it's comfortable, like I had been doing for the last 14 years with education. Don't do something just because it's comfortable for you. Do something because you love it. Four, let go of the past. If you have past broken heart, past thoughts of wasted time, just anything in the past that you can't change it, so why think on it daily, or why beat yourself down with it? It's happened. Acknowledge it, move on, pretty much let it go. And number 5 was find your way back. And to me, 5 ties into 1. If you can find your way back, then you'll be able to return to your origins and the things that you really loved. Find your way back to who you are. And that goes with anything in life. And I've heard it a lot said with people who have gone through bad breakups and things like that, and they lost who they were. They were no longer who they were. When something like that happens, you have to reconnect with yourself and find out who you are and what you like. Because I've noticed sometimes so many people think that, if they've been an us so long, they can no longer be a me or an I. You have to find out what makes you happy, what makes you work. Nobody can fall in love with a you that's not you. It's like giving them false hope, or like I like to call them the representative in the relationship. If somebody's falling in love with your representative, then it's only a matter of time before you show up and ruin it. So let them fall in love with you, but first you've got to fall in love with you. You've got to like you. I like my hair. Might not work for some of you. I like it. It's very Gabe and Babe reminiscent. If I could have achieved a decent twist out, this would be it. Shout out to Gabe. Hi. You have to love your face, your eyes, your nose, your lips, your hips. Love everything about you, and somebody else will. If you exude confidence, then somebody else will see that confidence and be drawn to it. In this week's discussion post, I said that to a girl who had said that she had a lot of self-doubt, and in my mind, there's never any room for self-doubt, because there's already enough people doubting you. You don't need to doubt you. Somebody needs to stick up for you, and it might as well be you. She said that she couldn't really get far because she would get stuck in just completing these tasks. She was a task-oriented person, I believe she said, and she was so stuck in completing the tasks that she forgot about the goals. Well, all of my tasks lead up to my goals, and I set goals every day. Whether my goal is to have a peaceful day, my goal is to get through the day without choking somebody, my goal is to get through the day and complete an editing job, anything. Seriously, anything is a goal. Set it and achieve it. And each little task that gets you there completes your goal for the day. Like I said earlier, there are enough people rooting against you. Somebody's got to root for you, and it might as well be you. I'm not going to be against me in any way, shape, or form. I've got enough people who are already stunned enough that I'm here, or shocked enough, oh my God, how did she do that? And in my thought process, and this is so wild, I was just talking to my best friend about it yesterday. I thrive on proving people wrong. And just because somebody says I can't, I'm going to show you, yes, I can. And I don't always do it with my mouth, although I have been guilty of talking and bickering and things like that. I made a decision here, getting older, that kind of mouth and tongue and thought process would not control me. You want to argue? Fine. You can argue. I don't argue because I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't like the energy of it. I don't like the wrinkles that it gives me. Too old for that. Graduated from high school a very long time ago. Don't want to get back into high school bickery. The best thing to do is center yourself, calm yourself, create peace within yourself, and then other people who want to not be peaceful will have no choice but to be peaceful when dealing with you. I had a class on discipline for my teaching job, and it's really weird because it didn't apply to the children at all. It applied more to me. And she said, if the children are over there and they're acting up and they're already in a big uproar, you cannot control the uproar by coming to the bickering situation angry. If they are fire and you bring gas to it, it will explode. And I literally had to use that situation in a would-be argument on my job. A lady was having it out with me. Honey, I wasn't having it out with anybody. And the hotter she got, the calmer I got, and the more I stilled and made myself peaceful. And then she had no choice but to bring it down. My grandfather taught me that people can only argue. I think it was my grandfather, my grandmother, one of the two. They said people can only argue so long by themselves. That was him. People can only argue so long by themselves. They want to argue, let them argue, but don't you join in. And my grandmother taught me that never say so much that you have to be the one to come back and say sorry. And I don't. Everything I say, and because I'm still and I'm calm and I can hear, I have time to think about what I say and be deliberate and meaningful about what I say. And that way, you know how sometimes things can just fly out in anger. Those things don't come out because I am not angry. And I've decided I'm not going to let anybody make me angry. That's not how I operate in my life. And I'm not going to have that energy around me. And when you surround yourself with positive things and positive energy, your life gets better. Your outlook gets better. Everything around you gets so much better when you control you. I can't control you, but I can control me. And if somebody is trying to give me fire, I'm not going to bring them back gasoline because that's just going to make the situation escalate. What I'm going to do is be as calm as still waters. That's provided we're just using words. But like I said, if you can get yourself to be in a peaceful state, then you can control everything around you peacefully. I have peace in my home. I have peace in my life. I have peace on my job. And even when situations get a little hectic, I'm still very much at peace. I used to be the kind of girl that, and it doesn't seem this way, but if something bad would happen, like say I got a flat tire on the side of the road and it was dark, I would instantly go into panic mode and I would cry. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And then finally one day I said, crying's going to do what? Nothing. The best thing to do is still yourself, call AAA, and wait. You are fine. In getting yourself all worked up, it gets your body in a sense of panic and franticness that you don't need. Just don't do it. A lot of things in life could be avoided if you just calmed yourself. So this wasn't supposed to be a video all about calming yourself, but evidently somebody need to hear a good word about being peaceful. And if you can't find peace, or you can't get peace, or you can't get your mind to be still, what I do is I normally just take a good deep breath, just one of them. Sometimes it might take 3 or 4 or 5, but if you can get that going, then you can get yourself to being a little bit more peaceful. Sorry, neighbor children. You can get yourself to being a little bit more peaceful, and the more you can calm yourself, the more you'll realize that things around you are starting to change for the better. Every situation, you can find a reason to be at peace with it, whether it's unplanned pregnancy, be peaceful with it. Child's supposed to be here. Death, be peaceful. The person was meant to be gone. They have completed their work. There's nothing left to do. At the end of your work day, You don't hang around for 8 more hours. You go home. And that's how you kind of got to see death. They've completed their work and now they've gone on. And it takes a while to get there because trust me, 10 years ago, wouldn't have been talking about being peaceful. I'd have been talking about what you finna do and all of that kind of stuff. I am so not that person anymore, and I'm grateful for it. But personally, I pray for peace. I ask God to send me peace. And then in tight situations, I command peace. And that's what you have to do. Call on it. There will be peace here. There will be peace there. And that's how you got to kind of wiggle and master your life like that. If you can return to a peaceful state, then everything will follow and everything will come to you. And if you can't think about, like, if you're one of those people that's kind of tossed and I don't know what I love and I don't know what I want to do, calm yourself and think about it and just say, my calling be revealed. My calling be revealed. There's something out there for everybody. Everybody is called to do something great. Just say, my calling be revealed. Or every day wake up and say, this is the day that I'm one step closer to my calling. When you create better mantras to say throughout your day, you create a better you. I've started waking up saying, this is the day that I'm one step closer to being healthier. I'm one step closer to my dream. I'm one step closer to, big dreams being fulfilled. You have to say something positive. The more you speak positivity, the more positive you will be. The more you hang around negativity and negative people. So at the end of the day, calm yourself, be at peace, and learn to master you. So yes, I guess this is sort of mastering month 1. Sort of, but not really. I guess I'll come back when this class is over and really tell you all about it. But this is more of like my graduation follow-up and what I've been doing and what I'm into, because I know I've been gone for a while and I promised a video, so this is it. But yeah, in the meantime, I want you all to work on being a better you. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box below. If you have any ideas or tips and tricks on how others can master themselves or calm themselves or find peace, put them in the comments below. Trust me, everybody can learn something from being peaceful, whether it's sitting outside reading a book, sitting by a lake. Calm yourself. Whatever ways you have, let me know, because I'm going to be doing a lot of different things this summer. A lot of different stuff is coming to She Busy Productions. If you haven't yet, I urge you all to subscribe. I'm going to be doing some stuff on the She Busy Life channel, but nothing's really going on there now because I've been busy doing homeowner stuff. So in the meantime, don't forget to leave your comments. Give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, check out Full Sail University. I believe you can go to it at fullsail.edu. That's fullsail.edu, and check out some of the programs. You can take a virtual tour of the campus. You're going to love it. I love it, and I'm having a great time. So this is Lavetta signing out for She Busy Productions, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.